Hello everybody, this is Susie. I just wanted to share with you guys really quick a tutorial on how you can use Prima stamps or the Greeting Farm stamps or just any other stamp with resin. I was playing around with my resin about 2 weeks ago, and I was making some Hello Kitty charms, and I saw my Prima doll stamp on the table, and I decided to try something, and it worked, so I wanted to share with you guys. So these are the things that I made using the Prima doll stamps and resin. Okay, so this is the first one, and yes, this is all resin. This is the first one I made. I'm not quite finished with these yet. I still have to do the black outlinings, like the shadows on it, so it can look a little bit better. But yeah, I think they came out pretty neat. So this is the first one, and then I made this one. I love how this one came out. So I'm not quite finished with these yet. I'm still going to polish them. I'm going to use some resin to make them shine a little bit. You don't have to make them shine, but I like mine a little bit shiny. So this is the other one. Then I made this one. I decided to make this one without the hair, so it looks a little bit kind of like what do you call it? Like those flappers, or those from like the old time, how her hair is. I'm just gonna put a little flower on the right there on the where her headband is, so it can look cute, and maybe a little bit of feathers on there too, or rhinestones or something. I'm not done with these yet, but once I'm done, I'll show you guys the finished project. And then this one, I made this one out of candy sprinkles. You can use anything with resin, candy sprinkles, glitter. I have a couple of them upstairs still. I'm still waiting for those to get a little bit hard because they're still sticky. And I made some with glitter. I put a couple of pearls in some of them, and you can use just about anything. So this one's made out of candy sprinkles and glitter. The little blouse and the bottom of the dress is glitter, but the rest is candy sprinkles. And I did the little bow, the little headband, to match the little blouse. So that's the other one. And then this one, I made it early this morning. And this one I made her, I just cut the resin part, like the lines right here, and I kind of opened it wide, and I put a piece of scrapbooking paper underneath, and I'm just gonna add some lace underneath right here, and she'll be done. And I made her purple. So this is another one. And then I made, like I said, I have more upstairs, but they're not done yet. And then I did this one with the Greeting Farm stamp, and this one is made out of polymer clay. I'm not done yet. I still have to finish sanding them down and stuff, but it's almost done. You could also use the Prima doll stamps with clay, and I'll show you that on another video or another tutorial. But for now, I'm just going to show you how I use the resin. So let's get started. Okay, so first what we're going to do is, oops, sorry about that. We're going to add some Vaseline to your stamp, and this just helps so that the resin doesn't stick like permanently or completely to your stamp. But if you're using any type of stamps that are silicone at the bottom like this, the resin won't stick to it. But I'm just using some Vaseline just so it can, when I pop it out, it'll be a lot easier. It'll come out like all smoother, just a lot easier. But yeah, resin doesn't stick to silicone, so I'm just doing this with my silicone stamps. I tried it with the rubber one. That one came out pretty good too, but I like the silicone one better. So I'm just adding some of this on here. Okay, this is, and just so you guys know, this is going to be the back part of the embellishment. It's not going to be the front part, so this part's going to look really messy, but that doesn't matter. And then you're going to use just any type of clay, just so we can put this around the stamp to make like a border. And this just helps so the resin doesn't like go all over the place. It'll just stay in this section right here of your stamp. Sorry if I sound kind of funny. I've been getting a sore throat since it's been really hot. I slept with the fan almost right in my face and I woke up with a sore throat. Yeah, but this heat's been like, oh man, I just want to be in the beach 24/7 right now. Yeah, so I was like playing with my resin and making some charms, and I saw the Prima doll stamp on my table, and I decided to try it because I like the way how it had all of these little details and everything. So I just decided to try and see if it would work, the resin with this, and it worked. So I've been doing this now for a couple of days, and I have already I have like maybe 15 of them upstairs that are still waiting to be finished. The resin's still kind of sticky, so I can't pop those out just yet, but once I pop them out, I'll just show you guys how they'll look. And I have I think 5 of the greeting farm stamps, 4 of the Prima doll, and a couple of other ones like CC Designs and a couple of other ones that I made, and they're upstairs, but I can't bring them down right now because they're not ready yet. And I haven't seen anybody do this just yet, but I hope you guys have fun doing this. I mean, I have. I showed my sister what I made, and she's like, make a tutorial. I'm like, okay. So I decided to make a tutorial. Okay, so that's done, and now we have our resin here. Just mix it up. Okay, for that I just used 1 part resin and 1 part hardener. I'm gonna have a couple of these in my Etsy store pretty soon. Okay, so I'm gonna start with the skin part, and for that I'm gonna use some of this pearl pigment. This is nude pearl, so I'm gonna add I don't know if you guys can see, but I'm gonna add some of this in there. So I'm going to add some of that, and I'm going to add a little bit of you can use white acrylic paint, but I'm using this paint and bake. It's for ceramic, but I love how this white comes out. It comes out like all just like really like a milky white. I need to add a couple of drops of this because the pigment is going to make the skin look kind of dark, and I don't want it dark. Oh, I'm using, my pigments are from the brand, I don't know how you pronounce it, if you pronounce it NYX. And I got a cup, this one right here. I don't know if you guys can see, but that's the brand I use. And I love how those work. They work well with resin. So all you gotta do is just mix, mix, mix. Okay, so I'm done mixing. Now I'm gonna start with the skin part. You just want to add a drop at a time, that way it doesn't overflow. I have so much fun making these. I love it. I was making these instead of like using the stamps to do scrapbooking. I can't do that just yet because I don't have any markers or anything to use with my stamps right now. But I will soon, hopefully. So for now I'm going to do resin with these. And once I get my Copic markers or whatever it is that you use for your stamps, then I'm going to start stamping. So you just add this all on the skin areas. And you don't have to fill it all the way to the top, because if you do, it's going to overflow and then it's going to mix up with your other colors. But I hope you guys have fun making this. Oh yeah, and be sure to wear gloves. I totally always forget. And then after I have icky, gooey, nasty resin hands, and that's kind of hard to wash off. But it does come off though. You just have to scrub your hands with one of those scrubbers, and plenty of soap. But what you could also do is before you start working with resin, you can put baby oil on your hands, and that kind of helps the resin from sticking. But I forgot to do that, so I'm going to have sticky hands later on. Oh yeah, and if you ever do have resin hands, try not to touch your face or anything like that, or your eyes. I forgot the other day, and I forgot I had my hands all sticky, and yeah, I had resin on my eyelashes, and my eyelashes were kind of hard. My daughter was laughing. She was like, one of these days you're gonna wake up with your eyes wide closed shut. I'm like, yeah. So always wash your hands after you do use resin. This is my first time making a tutorial, so oops, I almost put that in the wrong spot. Sorry if I stutter a lot. I get nervous. Okay, so the skin part is done. I'm going to use this on another stamp that I already have prepared right there. Okay, so now we're gonna do what should we do? Okay, we'll do the skirt part. So you mix again. That's the only thing that takes a little bit long, is just the mixing part, but other than that, it's pretty easy to do. I'm going to be doing another tutorial on how I made my silicone molds out of these stamps, and how I made my polymer clay molds from the stamps. This is one of my polymer clay molds. So I'll show you guys on another video how to do that. But most of you guys already know. Okay, so that one's done. For this part, I think I'm gonna do some of this pink right here. This is pearl, very pink pearl. On this one I'm not going to put any white in it because I want it to look pearly. It doesn't matter if you mix it fast or anything, I mean, because the bubbles do rise to the top, and since this is going to be the back of it, you're not even going to see the bubbles on there. You could also go over it with the lighter, and that'll pop all the bubbles. So it doesn't matter if you mix it fast or not. Okay, so that's done, and I'm just going to pull this up. For this one, since it has these little tiny areas right here, you just kind of press down a little bit. Use something that's not too, like the tip isn't really pointy. This is rounded at the end, so when you kind of push down, it's not going to damage your stamp. But it also is good to have like 2 sets of stamps, even though like you can still reuse these stamps for for stamping after you've used them with resin. They don't get messed up. The only way it's going to get messed up is when you pull out the resin. If you just pull it hard, then it might rip your stamp. And all you have to do is just clean it with, you can clean it with baby oil, and then after just, you know, dry it off with a soft napkin or something. Okay, that one's done, and I'm going to also add some of this to the little headband. Okay, so that one's done, and now I'm going to do, what am I going to do now? Okay, I'm going to do the little blouse part. Again, mix the resin. I didn't mix them beforehand because this resin does tend to start getting really tacky really quick within like a couple of minutes, and that's one of the reasons I like this resin, because it'll get tacky really quick, and it's easier for you to start like adding different, you know, like this one will get tacky quick, so you'll be able to add another color and it won't like run, you know, it won't smear into each other or anything. So I do like this one. Okay, so that's ready, and for that I'm going to use, I think I'm going to do some glitter to do the top. So I'm going to use some glitter and add a little bit of this pearl pigment. Just a little bit, to give it a little bit of color. Just mix it up really good. Okay, that's done. You want to make sure you get every little area. Okay, so that one's done. I think I'm going to put some right here on her shoes, so it can kind of match her top. So her shoes are going to look like those little glittered shoes. Okay, so I got that part. I think I missed a part of the skin right here. Good thing I made enough of this. Okay, so I'm going to add a little bit more right here. Okay. See how this smeared right here? Just remove some of that. doesn't matter if you if it drips on the sides or anything, because you'll be able to cut most of this stuff off. You're gonna be able to cut it off like once you pop it out. You cut around the edges and everything. I think I'm gonna do the little rose. This pink. Okay. See, like right here, how it already mixed, the skin color mixed with the glitter. That's okay though, because the this color, the skin color is underneath, and that's just overflowing to the top. Okay, so now we're gonna do the hair. I think I'm gonna need more for the hair. So for the hair, I usually do the drop method. I add like 10 to 15 drops. I don't want to make too much. Okay, sorry about that. My camera turned off. So I already just went ahead and just mixed up the resin with the pigment glitter. There's a pigment, and I used this gold for her hair, so I'm just going to add that to her hair now. Sorry about the noise, my chair is kind of loose and it moves around a lot and I feel like I'm going to fall down. That'd be so funny if I fall while making this tutorial. It'd be one of those blooper videos. I'm just adding this one to the hair. She's gonna look so pretty when she's done. And you can use these just for anything, just like you do with the stamps, you know, when you stamp on something. But I'm gonna use a couple of these to make some jewelry boxes. And then I'm going to make a frame, a picture frame for my daughter. For one of my daughters, I have 4 girls and 1 boy. So I need to make one for each one of my girls. And one of my daughters likes the one with the candy. The one I did with the candy sprinkles. So I'm going to make her a frame, sort of like a Candyland theme. Because I have a whole bunch of, I have a lot of the resin. I made a lot of like lollipops and stuff like that out of resin, and I'm going to use that for her frame. And then a couple of them I'm just going to sell them, put them on Etsy or something. Again, you have to remember to put resin in all these little tiny areas, these little corners. Because if you don't, when you pop it out, it's going to look bald in those areas. I hope you guys have fun making these. Let me know if you guys make some. I want to see you guys' projects. So I heard that YouTube's taking away on September 12th the video response thing. I think that's you know, that's kind of sad. I know a lot of people like to do the video responses and stuff. Oh yeah, by the way, I'm gonna be doing a challenge giveaway, so I'll probably do that video sometime later on today or tomorrow to show you guys all the goodies you guys will be getting. I do have like a lot of jewelry. I don't use jewelry, but I like to use them for like my arts and crafts and stuff. I do a lot of dominoes, like altered dominoes, Scrabble tiles, and stuff like that, charms and all that. So I have a lot of jewelry, and I'm going to be adding a lot of jewelry to that giveaway. So stay tuned and check out my videos for future giveaways and challenges and stuff like that. Okay, so her hair's done. So that's all done, and I'm just gonna let that set a little bit, and then I'll show you the next step. So I'll be back. Okay, now since that's gotten a little bit tacky, I'm gonna do the top layer, and I'm gonna do it black, and I just used some acrylic paint for that, and I'll show you why I did it black. So you just pour that over the whole thing. Since the bottom resin on your stamp, it's already tacky and already kind of like getting a little bit hard and stuff, the black paint won't mix with it. But before I did that, I kind of raised the clay a little bit so the resin doesn't like spill all over the place. So again, this is just going to be the back, so it doesn't matter how it looks or anything like that. Okay, so I'm going to let that sit for a while, then I'll come back and I'll show you the results. Okay, I'm back. I'm going to show you guys the results of this. So I'm now going to I'm taking off all the clay around it. And then I'm just going to peel it. It's looking pretty nice so far. So there's a result. It actually looks more beautiful in person. It looks really pretty. I don't know if you guys can see. So it's not, I haven't finished cutting it like all perfectly. I still need to do this part right here, but as you can see, it came out beautiful, and as you can see, the stamp did not rip or anything in any way. You could still use it to stamp. So I hope you guys like this tutorial, and please comment, rate, subscribe if you want, and thank you, and God bless.